Hey, what's going on, Gemini? Gemini, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate your time, your patience, your energy. Thanks so much for returning to me. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. Gemini, this is going to be your general reading for the first half of May of 2019. I do apologize for not getting your generals out for April. You guys already know I had been doing a lot of traveling for April, and hopefully the love reading for April was sufficient, but nevertheless, we are here. And again, thank you so much for joining me. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this will be for you. Also, you know, if the message doesn't resonate, you guys already understand. Just leave it where it is, okay? There's nothing I hate more than a forced message. So just keep that in mind. If it doesn't resonate, just watch your Moon, Rising, or maybe your Venus sign, right? Depending on the message that you're trying to hear. So let's go ahead and get a couple of more shuffles in, and let's take a look and see what the Black Moon energy reads for some of the more general energy before we take a look into specifics. But more cosmically, let's see what's going on around you. What's the strongest message here for Black Moon for Gemini Spirit? Please let us know. Way too many. Please reveal to us the strongest. Okay. So Yod. All right. So we have card number 48, Yod, Destiny. Okay. So the energy I read here with this card. So basically, this is about kind of things that you are going through or things that you're experiencing. So for some of you, if, like, say, for instance, if there's something that you want to experience or that you want to push yourself for, and maybe you've kind of been denied by it, it could be because, you know, it's at the right time right now. Destiny's not trying to hear that, or Spirit's not trying to really give that to you right now. You know, you may be prematurely trying to access something, okay? For others of you, though, this is more like where if you are experiencing something, you know, whatever it is that you're experiencing or going through, this is saying that, you know, it's really unavoidable for you to like, it was just something that you couldn't avoid, right? And it could be for the positive or negative, depending on what you're here for. It could be the positive, it could be the negative, but whatever positive or negative that you have experienced that has been, like, in a big way, or like in a big, like, you know, life-altering way, possibly. This is saying that it was unavoidable. This is something that you were definitely maybe meant to experience for whatever reason, and for either the good or the bad. However, it was inescapable. It would have happened some type of way, or something is going to happen some type of way, and it is inescapable for you to try to avoid it. So let's take a look and see what this is going to be like. Oh, Gemini. Let's go ahead and shuffle the tarot and just take a look more specifically. Spirit, please allow us to see what the strongest message is for Gemini. Spirit, please allow us to see what the strongest message here is for Gemini for the first half of May of 2019. So yeah, again, something is either unavoidable and you're meant to experience it no matter what you do to avoid it. You know, you may try to put it off, but in the end, you'll still experience that. And the only thing that you're still going to experience it in some form. You know, you may just end up changing the form of how you experience it, but it's not going to stop it from happening. And then others of you, if it has already happened to you, then of course, you know, you were, again, always meant to experience it. Others of you, if you're trying to kick something off that's just not working for you at all, and it never has been working for you, this is just saying that you're never meant to experience it, at least not in the way that you're trying to go about it. All right. So let's take a look. Okay, Spirit, I think here Thank you. All right. And again, thanks so much for being patient here with me. Because I don't really go off on a big long tangent sometimes on the Black Moon cards, but that's just one of those cards that I just feel like, you know, sometimes it can be multiple things. And being that this is a very general reading for every Gemini, that can mean multiple things, or it could show up in multiple ways for everyone. So I just kind of have to give like a very broad range. Okay, so now we have our card that is under the deck. We'll take a look at that later. All right, let's take a look at the central energy that you have, that you guys have coming up for the first half of May. Okay, so the Three of Wands. All right. So you're waiting for something to come in. You're waiting for the results of something. Excuse me. You're waiting for the results of something. You've done your part. You've made your choice. And you also have something to bring to the table with it. And you're waiting for something else to come in for you. And it's just out of reach. It's just out of reach. So again, that could speak to some of you guys who are trying to make something pop. And it's just not really coming together because it may not be the right time. You know, that may be more for you. But we'll take a look here and see what's going. Because for some of you, you know, these ships are going to come in. For some of you, they won't. But let's take a look and see how this is going to go. Excuse me. The past energy that we're working with here is the Hanged Man. Oh, this is so crazy because Taurus had the same position of the Hanged Man. Okay. So yeah, so there's definitely been some sort of hang up here in the past. Again, this is where, you know, you've had no choice but to really kind of just hang up your socks and just deal with what's going on around you. Or for some of you, it's dealing with the fact that you can't manifest what it is that you've been trying to manifest. You've been trying to go about it different ways. But at the time, but right now is like, you know, you're kind of hung up here to dry, really, to kind of, I don't want to say it so negatively like that. And I don't really mean to be so like crisp with that delivery, but it's kind of like where you're just kind of put up there, right? I mean, and you don't really have any control over it. The only thing you can do is sit there and, you know, think about the things that you can do better or how you can do better the next time, or maybe even think about a different approach to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So whatever success that you're trying to manifest, what you're doing isn't enough. What you're doing isn't getting you there, because maybe that's just not exactly your niche. Now, you can achieve the same type of success, but maybe by following a different niche. We'll see. We'll take a look. So the present energy that we have going on here is the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So I see this as you being, I see this as you having to be pretty responsible here. You are having to, Okay, I do see this as you may have not quite figured out how to balance maybe your home life or, you know, with what it is that you've been trying to accomplish. For others of you, it's where like maybe what you're trying to accomplish involves your home life, and, you know, you've met someone halfway at a certain point, some sort of family member, you've met them halfway. But now it's up to them to do their part as well. And, you know, you don't really feel like you're going to have that much success with doing that. So now you're going to have to go about it. Maybe you might have to approach them specifically in a different type of way or a different type of format. And excuse me, I'm playing with my microphone right now. Give me a second. But yeah, you may have to approach them in a different way or a different format than before. Okay. And I'm sorry if I get repetitive, but when I get repetitive, it's usually because like that's the hardcore of the message that's being stamped into my head as I say it. I see you being sort of like the breadwinner here within your family if you're dealing with, maybe if you're like possibly it could be like a single parent. But if you're not a single parent and, you are, do have like a 2-income household, I feel like maybe you carry on a little bit more of the responsibilities and, you're trying to get someone to meet you halfway. But to no avail yet, anyway. The possible future energy that we're looking at here is the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, Gemini. Well, I got to take a sip of my drink for that, and it's just soda. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, I'm sorry. That was like, I don't know what that was, but when I look at the Queen of Pentacles, I see you being independent, Gemini. I see you being independent, someone who is of a certain status and has has no qualms about showing you that they're of a certain status. They're generous and, they have abundance. They've reached a certain level of abundance. Oh, I see what it is. I see, Gemini. I see. Okay, for some of you, I feel like what's going on is that you know how we sometimes attach ourselves to certain situations or people that we feel like is what's for us, but in reality, we're kind of better off without that person, or it's not even about a person, really. I mean, it may be about like a family member, whether that family member is a spouse and y'all have kids, or maybe it's just like a grown child is how I feel. Like a grown child. Like you've attached yourself to say, okay, I want more for you. I want you to be able to do this, or I want you to be able to meet me halfway with this so that we can build this, this, and this. But the thing about it is that honestly, Gemini, I think that it's really meant for you to do it on your own. So the possible energy that you have here is the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, she's everything. She's abundant. She's opulent, but she's also independent, and she is strong within herself. She's foundational within herself to know that she can do things without the help of any man, or, I mean, any woman. I mean, depending on, because it's not gender specific. It's just the personality. So I believe like in the future, the possible future for you guys is, you may have success here just kind of going off with your own ideas instead of expecting someone to meet you halfway. You may have better success. That could be what a better approach would be to say, okay, you know what, I'm doing this on my own. We've tried going about this together. We've tried doing this together and it's not working out. We've tried everything that we can to do together, but it's not working out. Maybe it's just not meant for us to have together. And the moment you maybe try something on your own, that is what that, it's like, it's going to get ate up, It's like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay. So however that resonates to you. Now let's take a look and see what's, at the belly of the beast here. Oh, the Two of Wands. You see the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. Yeah. So again, you're doing your part. You're making your decisions. You're putting forth your energy to go a certain path. And every time you get to that particular point, it's like, yeah, you reach the next step, but then you end up getting hung up because, somebody's not equally meeting you halfway. Let's take a look forward and see what the present energy is looking like for you guys here. Oh, the Ace of Cups. Oh, see. See, the present energy here with the Ace of Cups lets me know that whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, or whatever it is that you're trying to ultimately achieve or obtain, this is something that you have been yearning for. This is something that you have been ready to receive. This is something that you have just been waiting to be blessed with. And the thing about it is that it's not even that you've really been waiting to get blessed with it. You've actually already been blessed with the passion, with the burning sincerity to want to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you know? So like if it's a certain job that you're going after and it's like, it's not even like a job. It's like it's one of those specific high-tech big name. It has like 4 or 5 names to the title. Like that's what you've been trying to work at. Like that's something big that you've been trying to do for a long time. And you know, that Ace of Cups lets me know that that passion, that overflowing passion and love for what it is that you want to do is still there. And it can even be artistically, you know, it can be whether if you're like some sort of like songwriter or anything, like just whatever it is that you're trying to do. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever success that you're trying to get, it's burning within you. And I know that's water, but what I mean is it's overflowing within you. And you know who you are with it, and you know the type of energy and type of emotion that you want to put into whatever craft it is that you're trying to get into, or work that you're trying to get into, you know, because again, you're going to need, you're going to need a lot of water to make these seeds grow and make this, you know, this fruition come, you know, to light. Okay. It's just all about what direction are you going to go with the Two of Cups, the Two of Wands. I'm sorry. What direction are you going to go? Are you going to go and do what you always have done, which is for some of you maybe trying to include people or bring people with you to the next step? No, there's not enough room for all of them, right? Or are you going to go ahead and go this other direction and do your part, everybody else's part, and make this a one-man, one-woman show, and you know, and reap all the benefits, and not only just reap all the benefits, but really just achieve that success because there's room, you know, there's not room for, you know, there's only one Ace of Cups, you know, and that's your Ace of Cups. So there's only room for one. Hello, you know, ding dong, destiny for one, you know, it's not meant for everyone. What's the hopes and fears here? The hopes and fear here is the Libra card, the Justice card. So what this card speaks to is that, you know, and this is in the middle row. So it's kind of like, you know, this present energy going on, like, you know, definitely the timing is for you to act now. For some of you, the timing is for you to either act now, or the timing is for you to now go ahead and make the decision that is needed to be made, which is for some of you kind of downsizing the people that are around you, or really downsize, because I see what you're doing here is what you've been doing is you've been giving like a lot of your success away. You know, you've been giving a lot of what you have, you know, achieved, the scraps that you have been able to make, you know, you've been very, very generous with that. And it's almost to the point to where like maybe the people in your family, or maybe the people that are closest around you, whoever it is that builds you up, or better yet, whoever it is that's like foundational in your life, they've kind of gotten a little bit spoiled. Like they're expecting of you, you know, to be able to just give. But the thing about it is that when you give, then you have nothing to be able to advance you to what is the full success of what it is. Now, with the Justice card coming out right there, I really feel like, you know, honestly, I feel like the Justice card kind of is there with that sword to just really wipe out any hopes and fears and say, look, I'm holding this balance, and I'm telling you where the imbalance is right now. I'm telling you, you know, where your head over heart decision is kind of fucking up your plan a little bit. You know what I mean? The Justice card is letting you know. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm getting, I don't know, I'm getting like real, I'm getting like real, it's like a logical vibe here. It's like there's no emotions really going on with this. It's like Justice is saying, you know, look, Gemini, now is the time. What are you going to do? You have a decision to make. The time for you to do this is right now, but you need to make this decision. I'm showing you where things are not adding up. So what are you going to do to make this balance out? Okay. And it's like a lot of you may kind of fear having to make that decision, though. You kind of fear the power of that a little bit because, you know, maybe you're just afraid of the consequences that come along with that. But, you know, consequences may kind of, the pros may kind of outweigh the cons here, though. Now let's take a look at the outcome. Oh, the Princess of Wands. Nice. So the Princess of Wands has a purpose. She has something that she wants to do. I see it as where you kind of reach a turning point to where, okay, you know what? I have a journey to make. And again, it's someone that's on her own doing that. Okay. She's making that journey, but she has this burning passion to succeed. And honestly, that's really all you've ever had, really, is this burning passion to succeed. And I think I said that earlier when I was talking about the Ace of Cups. But even though it's more about the emotions of it, you know, now you're going to have the actual opportunity. Okay. The outcome tells me that now, not only do you have the passion for it, not only do you have the, not only are you emotionally linked to this in a very, very deep way, but now you're actually going to have the opportunity to make that choice. And then that opportunity will come along and it'll be a better opportunity for you. It is going to be a turning point for you. It's going to be something that you've maybe never experienced before. But again, of course it is, because it's a whole new approach to what you've been trying to achieve. So let's take a look at the card that was under the deck here. Oh, the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, that's a part of that sacrifice. Some things are going to have to be kind of put on the back burner. Some things are going to be kind of have to get put on the back burner here. But I really feel like what could be the case though here is that could be where for some of you right now, before you really have made this decision to kind of propel yourself forward alone. This is kind of like where I feel like this is kind of like underneath it all where things could be headed, you know, because there's not a lot of success here with the Five of Pentacles. In fact, there's a lot of uncertainty with the Five of Pentacles, you know, there's a lot of lack going without. Okay. And look, we have the Six of Pentacles right here. So the Six of Pentacles, like you've been generous, you've been giving, you know, there is abundance here, but you know, you've been giving, but you know, things are still a little bit off kilter. Like if you look at it right here, we got the Three of Pentacles here, then we got the Three of Pentacles there, but that third pentacle, yeah, he's holding it, but things are just a little bit kind of, that's where the off balance is. Like if you look at it, it's kind of skewed off to the left a little bit. And that's just honestly a detail that I've really I've only really picked up on this card right now. I see. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. So what, okay. 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 What it is I see, honestly, I'm seeing that some of you, the reason why it's kind of off kilter like that is because, again, it's you that's holding the balance. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's you that's holding the balance, right? You that's holding the balance in that Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles there. Again, in the Justice card, this is you that's holding the balance. Again, you that's holding the balance. So then you take that balance away that's connected to that pentacle, and then now it's what's left is you've left the Five of Pentacles. So Yeah, some of you are just going to have to just stop being so giving. You know, maybe let the people that are so dependent or so spoiled of you, let them see and experience a little bit of going without. Okay? Because, you know, then only then is then when, you know, they'll begin to really like appreciate you, right? And even they'll begin to appreciate and they'll be able to see how successful you've gotten without them like being on your back or riding your coattails. Okay, so that's where that message was coming from. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we got another long reading for you guys, Gemini, but that's all right. I owe it to you. I didn't give you guys a general reading for last month. So, Spirit, let's go ahead and get just a couple of clarifying cards. I'm not going to clarify every card, but I am going to just ask Spirit to draw just a couple of cards. Just to kind of set a little bit of intention about everything here. Okay, so we've got the Sun card. Oh, okay. And we've got the Ten of Wands. Sun card and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so as I see this, like the Sun, all right, so the Sun card mixed with the Ten of Wands, I do feel like there is, it kind of really speaks to, again, like how hard it is for you to be able to really do this. I think that maybe there's maybe a sense of you having to really kind of get in touch with maybe your inner child here a little bit. And again, discovering what it is that you've always wanted, the destiny that you've been trying to fulfill ever since maybe being a little kid. And, you know, really now that things are really kind of coming to fruition a little bit with that, especially with you making, it's more so, it's like, it's like really, honestly, it's almost I see it as where you're kind of like trading one responsibility for another responsibility, but the responsibility that you end up getting is going to be so much more of a lighter load, even with it being the Ten of Wands compared to, you know, what you have been dealing with. And the thing about it is like, it's like this new success. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be strenuous. It's going to be difficult, this new success. But at the same time, it's, you know, you don't have anybody mooching off of you or you know, kind of setting you back a little bit, you know. I really feel like this is kind of like long term, you know. This is like long term. You're going to build a lot of things. You're going to, but I see it here. I see it in a positive way. I see it as like the experiences that you gain from this new success is what's going to allow, like these sticks are going to be for foundation. They're not just going to be just for be carrying around just for the rest of your life. You're going to do something with that. You're definitely going to do something with that. So let's take a look and see what the let's see what kind of advice we can get going forward. Way too much. Yep. All right, Spirit. Let's see. We've got Earth. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Yes, totally. You need that, you know. And I think that's what you're doing here as the hangman, of what you've been doing as the hangman, is like, you know that something isn't working. You know that, okay, you know, I don't want to go insane here. I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to achieve this. It's not working. And I've been going about it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. But hey, let's try going it a different way. And maybe that different way means going about it alone. It's a pretty logical reasoning there, you know. it kind of points back here to the Justice card. You're going to have to make this more of a logical decision, more so than an emotional decision. Because emotionally, you know, you'll be, you know, trying emotionally and trying to bring people with you like you've been, you know, not succeeding in that every time. But you have so much emotion within you. But this emotion, I really feel like it really just speaks to more so the emotion of the success that you're trying to, like whatever it is that you're trying to get to achieve something, is how I feel there. That's what that emotion is about. It's not so much about the people that are around you or the things that are going on around you. So I like this energy. I like this reading a lot. I didn't know what was going to happen here, honestly, but I do feel like this is a pretty positive reading for you. I hope it really resonated to some of you. Let me know how it works out in the comment box below. You guys, you already know I appreciate your likes and your subscribes. Thank you so much for sharing your comments. I really do appreciate them. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that, oh, you already know. I mean, I say it every time. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the information for that will also be in the description box below. And I'll let you guys go. Have a good one.